Hello and welcome to Amazons et al. On Trust TV. With me, Aisha Umar Yusuf. Though Nigeria's political climate is reputed to be hostile to women, our Amazon persevered and is today the deputy national women's leader of a major political party, a renowned journalist, a social activist, and an avid campaigner against societal vices. She also happens to be a granddaughter of one of our nation's founding fathers. Now I know you do want to meet her, so remain with us after this short break and do so. Yeah, welcome to the program, HAJARA YAKUBU WANKA. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me, Ajia. I'm glad I'm here.
Thank you. Today, your name is synonymous with party politics and social activism. But before all this, there was the little HAJARA YAKUBU WANKA growing up somewhere in Bauchi. Can you tell us more about her?
Yes. Actually, I was born and brought up in Bauchi.
Yes.
My both parents are from Bauchi.
Yes.
I attended my nursery, primary school, and secondary school all in Bauchi.
Yes.
And then later, I went to ABU's area where I had my degree, public administration. And after then, we went into the labor market. Not really a journalist. I started freelancing journalist.
Okay.
As a freelance journalist.
Okay.
I remember back then we plotted the Daily Trust Writers Forum,
yes, I remember.
which I was a treasurer,
yes.
And our chairman then was the late
Elami.
Yes, you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
yes.
We lost him just last year.
Yes.
And quite a few number of us, growing up,
yes.
And we are writing, contributing to development issues, and then after then that was when I met a lot of people.
Yes.
That was my first exposure to
journalism,
politics, journalism,
the public sphere.
And public sphere. Thank
okay,
you, exactly.
Okay.
That was when I met my Oga here. I call him Oga Garbadin.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The late Zainab Perogi was very close to.
Yes, see.
That was one Ajia then. I think was a secretary to the MD.
Okay, Kabir Ajia.
Kabir Ajia. He was the very first I met.
I see.
So I had so much memories here.
Yes.
And then after then, I became exposed more to politics,
yes.
And that was when I got to meet a lot of people,
yes.
including my boss then, the Malan Yuguda, because of the write-ups.
Okay, it's true.
And then he appointed me as a senior special assistant in 2007,
yes.
And that was when I became more exposed to politics, and politicians.
And then you fell for politics and
became
quit journalism.
A politician, exactly.
I see.
So that's how I really started.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your journey into politics seemed to start in 2007 with your appointment as the governor's, one of the governor's aides.
Yes.
But did you encounter any serious problems? From the family, given that the way people see women in politics, our families are not always encouraging.
Yes, but not actually from my family per se. Of course there are challenges, a lot of challenges, but I will not say directly from the family. And I didn't get married actually. I got married a bit late, at later life at 36 years. So from my family, I don't have much problem. And I started as a political appointee before I joined in politics to contest in 2017, I think.
Does that mean you were never interested in politics before? That appointment was what spurred you on?
Yes. The appointment actually opened my doors from trying to become a journalist, and then I realized being closer to decision making and policy making, it's even closer to achieving my aim towards giving my contribution to the nation building. So that is how I actually swapped from what I started to politics.
I see. So your grandfather, the late Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, left indelible marks in the history of Nigeria by being our prime minister and one of the founding fathers of the nation. And I'm sure the family, are there many members of your family who are into politics because of this legacy?
Yes.
The legacy?
Funny enough, not quite.
Okay.
As far as I know, I'm the only girl or woman
Yes.
that is in politics. And one of my cousins, or two of them, also in politics. And
There
I
are
think
many.
we're not more than 3 or 4.
Okay.
And not any of my uncles or my aunt.
See.
Yeah.
So obviously you never met him because you were born way
Yes,
after
long after him.
he was assassinated.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've heard a lot about him from the other members of the family.
Yeah.
What traits of his do you think you want to imbibe, you know?
Yes, we
Particularly.
lived with our grandmothers.
Yes.
Almost all our grandmothers, we lived with them.
I see.
And always what we're hearing about him, it's in terms of generosity, in terms of patriotism, the way he wants to contribute to the nation. And sometimes many of us, even those that are not in politics, we feel we have, it's a legacy he left that we need to push on.
Yes.
So I think naturally I have that our grandparents shouldn't suffered, struggled, and die in vain.
Yes.
That we can do something as well to change the narrative.
Yes.
I think this part of what is pushing me forward, and keeping me going.
How about his austerity? He said,
Yeah.
he led a very austere life, very principled, and
It's highly, highly principled, they said.
Yes.
So all these things, it's things that I feel
you want to emulate.
I want to emulate myself. Yeah.
So he was known as still on your grandfather, the golden voice of Africa. Any of among the children or grandchildren who inherited that his particularly unique English diction, what stood him out from the rest?
Yes, particularly his children.
I see.
Yes, we used to say that even our mothers who had only the primary education, class 7, but his children, if they are talking, almost all of them, particularly those that are educated, you can feel that sound, that they have that.
They inherited
in
the
them
golden
too.
voice.
Inherited, exactly.
I see. Okay. So you've been making videos recently in which you highlight societal problems and you try to seek solution to them. How effective have these videos been? Do you get a feel that you are achieving your aim?
I think I really do, yes. Before, as I told you when I started from freelancing, after I worked with the governor as a senior special assistant on MDGs and NEPAD, and then after I never gave up. I was thinking, what else? What else? And then I thought of, because I don't have a child, then I didn't get married, and I thought of maybe plotting an NGO in my name.
Yes.
I call HAJARA WANKA Foundation, which is strictly on societal orientation.
Yes.
So we started that, and we made quite a few listen in Bauchi.
Yes.
Particularly in radio programs we called Rayuwa Tagari.
Yes.
A better life for all.
Were you the one presenting?
It made a lot of impact. No, I wasn't, but sometimes I do.
Okay.
I have somebody that does that.
Okay.
And then after then, I became, I started working with with the former minister from my state whom I was close to, and Dr. Fati, Dr. Ali Fati, who was then the Minister of Health. Yes. So he exposed me to developmental issues, on consultancy, in a national primary healthcare development agency, particularly on polio, and then later on when you win. But then I knew deep within me that it wasn't what I want. What I truly actually want is things that are people's oriented programs. So it was then I began. After that, I told you I contested for the senatorial by-election in Bauchi South. And then after then, the politics can be discouraging sometimes.
What was it like running for the senatorial seat? I mean, running for any office I know is expensive, but a senator's office?
Yes.
Or how did you get your funding?
Yes, sometimes you just decide not to think of the fund.
Okay.
I refuse to look at the funding side. I just look at,
but it's
can
very
I do
important.
it?
Let's say I'm aspiring for a senatorial seat now. I would want to know how you were able to raise
Yes, you know, from the
enough
beginning,
money to go for it? Or maybe the party came to your aid?
The party didn't come to my aid, but you know, from the beginning, you might not spend as much as if you get the primaries.
I see.
So I spent quite, but not as it will affect me if maybe I have won the primaries, which I have to seek for the party's aid and other people's aid.
Yes.
So that was what happened, actually. So the videos has been very impactful.
Yes.
I started with other friends. We plotted another NGO, the Change Makers Nigeria. And I was the national coordinator. And we started, you know, with advocacy on how to come together, particularly as Northerners, to see how we can contribute, how we can connect and network towards a better Northern Nigeria, particularly with this insecurity. And just in the social media, but it has a lot of impact. And just when I was, when we were about to start in, and then that was when I got the nomination for
the senatorial.
Yeah, for the PDP.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was what happened.
Was it that smooth sailing, getting nominated to become the deputy national?
I think it was part of. Even though I wasn't told that, but I think it was part of. And I think I accepted because I feel PDP is a larger platform. You know, I'll be more hard in PDP than my NGOs. And I think I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
So you seem to think of using politics to advance your activism, your social activism?
Yes, and in a way, it's working for me. Because PDP politics, you get closer to those who decide. You know, you get closer to policymakers. And that's really the tactic I use, and it's working for me. Yeah, and any opportunity I have, I used to emphasize on the need for changing the narrative through implementation, because that's what we really lack most. We have all the policies there, but we don't implement.
Most of the time, Okay. You sang in one of the videos. Have you been a singer in your young days, or is just a newfound talent?
I've never been a singer all my life, but it just came, you know. Based on what is happening across the north, across the country, everywhere, you know, shedding blood, you know, people are dying. It was very emotional. And I've been talking, I just feel I need something to upgrade, something different that might be heard much more. And it worked. Yeah, it worked. That's why I use it. Thank you.
But your family name, WANKA, is a bit unusual. Can you tell me the story behind it?
WANKA, actually, we migrated from, our great-grandparents migrated from Kano. Yes, to Bauchi. He was supposed to proceed to Adamawa. But when he went to Bauchi, they said the then Emir Ibrahim heard about him.
Ibrahim who?
That Emir Ibrahim, I don't know the second name of the Emir, yes. So he heard about our great-grandfather, and he's an Islamic scholar. So he told him that please let him not proceed. Let him wait in Kirfi so that he will help him with teaching people about Islamic knowledge. So there is a town, there's one person. So the town here is Kirfi. There's another place. There's only one person that lived there. Like his name is WANKA. So our great-grandfather moved closer to him. So eventually, you know, it was named after our grandfather, and he became the emir. So they removed the bar and started calling it WANKA. So you know, then when my father was taken to school, they don't use their parents' name. You use your village name.
It's true.
So he used WANKA.
It's actually the name of a village or town in Bauchi
it's the name of a village. Yeah. That was how it came to be. Yeah.
I was amazed when you said you have 39 older siblings, and you're from the Wazirin Bauchi family clan. And did that exert a lot of pressure on you when you joined politics? You know, knowing where you come from, sometimes there are things. What was it like? They coming from such a family and then being in politics and being the only girl, like you said.
Yes.
Yes.
There is challenge. There are challenge actually. There are challenges, but
A lot of opposition, or just a tiny bit.
A tiny bit of opposition, more from outside than from my
Okay, I
family
see,
actually.
I see.
Yes, because I don't know why my family is so understanding,
Yeah.
you know. And I think when I got the opportunity as an SSA to the governor,
Yes.
I did try it a bit. So when I started, they see positivity maybe in
Okay.
what I'm doing.
I see.
That, yeah, this is something you can do if you
Okay.
try. And I think maybe that's why they encourage me.
I see.
But there are a lot of challenges, but much from outside than within my family.
Yes.
Yeah.
So going back to your 39 older siblings, can you tell me more about them? What are they into?
Yes,
Where are they?
our firstborn is still alive in Bauchi. She's. I asked her of recent when we lost our stepmother. I asked her, how old are you now? And she said, I think I'm 78 or 79.
I see.
Yes, so I'm 44 now. Our last one is 42.
I see.
And most of all, we lost like 6 of our siblings. Everybody is alive. We're scattered across the country. And we have like 300, almost 300 children. And more than 200 grandchildren in the house.
That's a lot.
So it's a large family, and most of us are educated, particularly the boys. We have 17 boys and I think 21 girls. Yeah.
All alive now?
No.
Okay.
So we lost 6.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So tell me about how did you manage to combine this, your career pursuit and the activism that you're more well known for, and now running a home with your son in it?
It's not easy. Sometimes it's not easy. You know, as I told you, I got married a bit late at 36, and I married my friend. But he was very, very encouraging, you know, very supportive. Okay. He's even the one that pushed me. As in, we're very close.
Okay, I see.
For over the years, we're close. We are more of friends than lovers, you know. So I say I married my friend. So we have that understanding. He keeps supporting me. He pushes me actually to join in politics or the contest I did.
Is he a politician?
No, he's not. Okay. And immediately I got pregnant and had my baby. I have to keep everything aside for some time. Until after 2 or 3 years, that was when I started thinking of contesting the senatorial seat. It's not easy actually, but because I don't have a large family, I think I'm managing very well now.
Yes, and his support, I guess, helps
and
a
the
lot.
Support, it helps a lot actually, yes. Like just of recent, I traveled to Edo, Ibadan, you know, I was in Lagos for almost 2 weeks. And they're just calling me, please come back, we need to see you, we don't want you traveling, you know. So it's not easy actually.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So you have, you mentioned your NGO, the Changemakers Nigeria. What exactly do you do there?
Okay, that's what I told you. It's an advocacy on how we can come together as Northerners to fight for ourselves.
Okay.
We say we are our rescue. All this thing that is happening, if we come together, if we unite together, we can find solution. Because unfortunately, we say the government isn't finding solution, but we can find solution as citizens, as victims.
Yes, it's true.
So that's the essence of forming that particular change makers.
So we're going to go on a short break. We'll soon be back with HAJARA WANKA and her life story. Thank you. You're welcome back. We are with HAJARA WANKA, the Deputy National Leader of National Women's Leader, People's Democratic Party, PDP. So HAJARA, looking back on your life, so many women in politics and even in bureaucrats sometimes keep advocating this affirmative action for women politicians in Nigeria. They keep emphasizing that 35%. And do you feel the same way, that having 35% affirmative action in favor of women can really change the narrative, can make the political sphere more conducive, and that maybe have a real positive impact on women?
Yes, I think 35% is fair.
Okay.
The analysis we should emphasize on as women is, if at all men will agree to, in each state, we can have only one female senator.
Okay. Out of the three?
Out of the three.
Yes.
Out of the whatever House of Members of Representatives, yes, or State Assembly, if we can have three,
yes,
each from the senatorial district,
yes,
it's okay. It's fair. But then men are not ready to do that. So that's all we are asking.
Yes.
So I always said that I think we have to come together irrespective of the party we belong.
Yes.
And some strategists are saying that we need to start lobbying.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Some kind of inter-party coalition.
Yes, exactly.
By women politicians.
Which we started actually with some of our development partners are encouraging that, like the RI. We had a retreat, yes, almost all the political party women leaders.
IRI, that's International Republican Institute,
yes,
of US.
Exactly.
So they came and gave you a retreat here?
Yes, they gave a retreat particularly on this affirmation, the importance of coming together, yes, as women leaders in political parties.
Okay.
To encouraging inclusivity.
Okay.
Inclusiveness.
So they think it cannot be achieved unless you have an inter-party
platform. That's what they're saying. We need to come together, you know, we need to unite together as women leaders.
I see.
And we need to lobby more,
yes,
as they say.
As they do in the US.
As they do in the US. And then eventually, and we need to get the right women in politics.
Yes, I see.
Encourage
what are the main issues you think when you come together you can address as women in politics? What are the main issues affecting Nigerian women?
I think the main issues is women are not well represented, yes, because they are not part of the policy decision making.
I see.
So once we are fully represented, that is why we'll be representing. Do you represent other mothers? You knew better as a mother when it comes to health issues. You know better as a mother when it comes to your children issues, yes, you know. So that's why we emphasize that we need women out there to represent themselves and represent others. Yes. And that's the only way that women's and gender mainstream, yes, can be balanced.
Okay, that's true. So do you have any special advice for young Nigerian women?
Yeah, I always tell young Nigerian women to be focused.
Yes.
Be focused in your early life, to know that you have to create a platform, yes, to contribute in. Don't just live and feel as a mother, as a sister, as a child, or as a citizen. You just fold your hands without bringing out yourself. Yes. You have to bring out yourself. You have to expose yourself to developmental issues. You know, you can be a journalist like you. You can be a politician like me. Yes. You can be an entrepreneur. Whatever you are, be focused and never give up, and make sure you achieve, and make sure you don't just you make impact, impacting on others' life. Yeah. So that's
they just have to be out there and doing.
Yes, just be out there, up and doing rather. Yes. Okay. Be positive.
Yeah.
All
Thank you
over.
very much, Haja.
Thank you.
It was nice having you.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Haja.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us. I'm sure you had a nice time listening to HAJARA YAKUBU WANKA and the story of her life. I hope you join us again next week and meet another Amazon. Until